I am proud to be the first American president to come to Kenya. And of course, I'm the first Kenyan American to be president of the United States. That goes without saying. I love you back. I do.
Hey, this message is for two very special people, very skilled and special pilots, and of course a larger organization, which I'm going to say here in a second. But first, I hope I pronounce these names right. Roan and Taru Carr Hartley. Hey, DJ here, Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock. Guys, I just want to say I was so impressed and so moved and so inspired by your act of courage and valor and heroism as you saved that man whose truck was tipped over. And I have had the great fortune and privilege to play a helicopter pilot in situations like that. But you guys are the real deal. And just in my little bit of training and research, I understand how difficult that is. Just by a little bit. And I was so moved by that, and I was so incredibly impressed, and I just wanted to give you guys so much love. And to the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, the large organization, I mean, what incredible work that you guys do too as well. So, hey, DJ here, I'm signing off. I'm sending you so much love, so much respect. I'm giving you guys your flowers.
Love what Kenya's doing because they're making this man an example. Jay Rello thought that he could knock a woman between the entrance of his Airbnb and the front door, force poker with his dirty Peter whacker, and he was going to get away with it. I don't think so. What they're doing is turning him into a beggar. Now you have to get your water, your milk, your honey, and your bread through the people. The only way you're going to be able to get out of there is through an asylum, right? You're going to have to call the president. Ring, ring, ring. Help me out. That's what's going to happen. Great minds think alike, because this is exactly what foreign countries need to do to people that are visiting and think that they could disrespect the laws, the people, and the culture, the tradition, all that stuff. Kenya, y'all did y'all big one. Y'all did y'all big one. Disrespecting the women of Kenya is crazy. Literally insane. You really thought. What made you think that you're going to go to a country that you have zero ties to, zero roots in, and disrespect it like that? Now you ain't got no Patreon, no YouTube, no TikTok, no access to money. So the same people that you were disrespecting, now you gotta beg them to keep you alive. Fucking embarrassing.
It has been brought to my notice that some Kenyans are complaining that I'm mentioning their names too much. Why are you mentioning Kenya? Without Kenya, you don't have content. Just look at this comment. Look at this comment. So without Kenya, huna content. So without Kenya, huna content. Meaning, so without Kenya, you don't have content. Hi! Hi! I feel like crying. So without Kenya, I don't have content. Hey! So some people actually take me serious. Some of you actually think I have a real job. You think I'm a lawyer. You think I'm a doctor. You think I'm a nurse. Some of you think I'm useful. Hey! I'm actually useful. Partially. But some of you think I have because of this comment. Because of this comment, I'm going to be doing video about Kenya for the next 20 days. Today's date is 6th of October. I'm going to be mentioning Kenya in all my videos until 26th of October. For 20 days, I'm going to be calling Kenya in my videos. I will mention Kenya. I will mention Kenya until somebody from Kenya comes out and testifies that they have started hearing my voice in their dream. Hey! Until somebody from Kenya comes out to come and say, Nakritimana is okay. We have started hearing your voice in our dream. That is only when I will stop. They have changed my name from Nakritimana to conductor. If you like, you people should call me Kasongo. From today till 26th of October, I will be mentioning Kenya. No day will pass without me dropping a video about Kenya. Get ready for me. Yeah.
5 African countries. Kenya.
Kenya is known everywhere. Welcome to Kenya, everyone. We have 3 national parks. We have Uganda, we have Tanzania, and we have Nigeria national parks. Welcome to Kenya and see all these.
Kenya is the only African country that does not need an entertainment industry to entertain Africans. In fact, just being Kenya is enough to entertain the whole of Africa. Because it is only in Kenya that a man will come out and say that he is God and he needs the government to give him money to go back to heaven. It is only in Kenya that a woman will come out and say that she is Mary Magdalene, mother of Jesus Christ, and his husband, Joseph, father of Jesus Christ. It is only in Kenya that a young man who came out and claimed that he is Jesus Christ, and they even carry him to court. It is only in Kenya that a man will forcefully jump on an helicopter like he's Spider-Man because they refuse to carry him and go to the city. It is only in Kenya that a man will steal a police vehicle and says that it is public goods and he can take it because he pays tax. It is only in Kenya that people will leave their country to go and vote in another country called Uganda. It is only in Kenya that the people will hack the police system of another country, Tanzania, and post that their president is unalive. It is only in Kenya that you get up one morning and you see you have 100,000 followers from a particular country. What Kenya cannot do does not exist. In fact, Kenya, you don't need an entertainment industry. Just being yourself is enough to entertain the whole of Africa.
God have mercy upon our soul. God, hey, God, please. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another episode of What Kenyans Cannot Do Does Not Exist. Ladies and gentlemen, some Kenyans break into a church, a Catholic church, and drank all the holy wine. In fact, all the wine that was there. You know this wine that Catholics use for as holy wine. They drank it all and ate all the communion in the church and even stole the church piano. Kenyans, you asked Satan to pay rent. You drove Satan out of your country that Satan is too broke to pay rent. And now you are attacking Jesus. You are attacking Jesus, Satan. You are attacking Jesus' church. Very, very soon you will attack Muhammad. Hey, God. Kenyans, please, I beg you people in the name of God. I beg you people. I know you people function in the omnipresent and in the present. But please, whatever you are doing, please, do it with very, very caution. You have to have knowledge and have consideration that there are other African countries that could face an effect of what people are doing. Because Jesus Christ now could just see this and decided that these people are getting too bad. And he decides to treat the whole Africa as Sodom and Gomorrah and start pouring us fire. And we are other African countries that we are going to suffer this Sodom and Gomorrah situation, because now you people are becoming more than Sodom and Gomorrah. The only difference between Sodom and Gomorrah is that you people are not functioning, you people are not part of the backshot community. But this is worse than a backshot community for you to go into the church and drink the blood of Jesus Christ. The blood of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You drank it all and you didn't even get drunk. You didn't even fall on anointing. That means the kind of evil spirit that is in you people's body. That evil spirit, please, I beg you people in the name of God. If you know you're a pastor, and you are capable of delivering someone from the spirit of anger and the spirit of persecution, please contact me. I'm willing and able to open you a church in Kenya. Because all Kenyans need deliverance. I am tired of them. This is the end of another episode of What Kenyans Cannot Do Does Not Exist. Stay tuned. Don't forget.
A group of thieves broke into ACK St. Matthew's Church in Kirinyaga and committed a serious act of disrespect. They broke into the church cabinets, took the Holy Sacrament, drank the altar wine and ate the sacramental bread. They also made away with the church's music instruments. The chairman of the church has accused the watchman of sleeping on the job during the break-in. Investigations into the incident.
What's good, my people? Welcome once again to our YouTube channel. So this story, I've seen it, it's trending that Kenyans manze walienda kwa church wakaiba. Si Kenyans ati overall wote, like thieves walienda kwa church wakaiba in Kirinyaga. And si kuiba tu, walienda wakakunywa wine. So of course me kama international blogger lazima nikulete hii story na nikulete some of the reaction of people from Nigeria and Kenya. So these are just some of the reactions from people of Kenya and Nigeria. But what I can say, most probably maybe ni Yesu, so palisemanga Yesu atarudi kama mwizi. That is what I think. So tell us what you think about it on the comment section, of course. If you have not subscribed, please of course consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Let's get into some of the reactions video right away. Let's get to them.
What is social media without Kenyans? Yeah, I say, what is social media without Kenya? So, some Kenyans allegedly went into a church somewhere in Kenya, and when they got there, they made away with the Blessed Sacrament, that is, the Holy Communion and wine. So, they actually feasted, they had a feast with the Holy Communion and the wine of the church, and when they did it, they left with some important items of the church. When I heard this story, I was like, where was the security man? Where was the security guard? Where was he? Then we discovered that he was asleep. They pay you to come and be a security guard and you are asleep. Now, after all of this, some people are even saying that, maybe the people who came there had to use something on the security guard. I mean, maybe it's some spiritual something. Kenyans! This is a very, very sad news. Forget about all of this. There's a lot of news that when you just listen to them, they are sad, but they make you laugh because you're just like, who does that? Who does that? A Kenyan will do that. But I know Kenyans don't really do such things unprovoked for the most part. So I'm wondering what could have really pushed these people to go into that particular church and do such a thing. What could have pushed them? I mean, we are still at the level of allegations though, because I've been seeing it on a couple of blogs, a couple of websites, a couple of articles, newspapers, So I'm wondering, this is guys, don't play with Kenya, man. Don't play with Kenya. Like, these people, Kenya. Ooh. Don't play with Kenya because, Kenya. Well, that is what is going on right now. I'm going to keep you all updated on more and more information when I get to receive more information about this. I love you all so much. You all know that, right? So, do all to follow, do all to share, do all to like, do all to save, and
Weza siku hizi ni kama hata wagopi Mungu. So another bizarre incident in Kirinyaga where thieves broke into ACK St. Matthew's Church Mutithi, ate sacramental bread, drank altar wine, and made away with some church property. And it is said that hata wako wanajua kumeibiwa. Even the watchman didn't know wezi waliingia church wakaiba. They only knew when the choir wanted to use the keyboard wakapata hakuna keyboard. And when they went to look for other stuff, ndio wakarealize hapa kulikujwa, kukaibwa na kukaendwa.
Uko hivyo pande za Kirinyaga kuna wezi wali break in kwa church, wakaenda wakakunywa altar wine. Hiyo si ni divei, alafu wakakula sakramenti, hiyo mkate. Alafu wakaingia kama wameshiba bila kuiba, waliiba of course. Sasa mazee, hapa kuna church kwa pande ya Kirinyaga inaitwa NCK St. Matthew Mutithi. Unanipata? Na hii church inakuanga na security guard. Huyu security guard sasa anakuwa accused that alikuwa amelala. So unajua ACK ni church massive. So from whatever nimeelewa kwa hii story ni ati wale ma security wote wenye kwa church za ACK wameandikwa na kampuni which sasa ndio ACK. unanipata. Lakini sasa hii mtaa ya Mutidhi wamesema watafuta huyo kazi kwa sababu huyo alikuwa amelala wakati yenye church ilikuwa inabreakiwa in. Hawa wezi wakaingia, wakaenda wakachukua altar wine, wakachukua mkate ya sacrament. Wewe unanielewa? Alafu sasa bado wakarudi wakaiba property za church. Sasa hata chairman wa church hakuwa rada hii mambo yote ili happen. Kitu ili happen ndio ikajulikana ni ati watu wa kwaya walikuja rehearsal mazee. Kidogo kidogo anatafuta piano anaku. Piano iko wapi? Haipatikani mazee. Sasa hapo hivyo mazee ndio pale penye sasa wakaamua kuambia management ya church. Huyo chairman sasa ndio sasa chairman alikuwa anasema huyu God wa usiku alikuwa amelala, and as a result sasa inafaa church yenyewe ijiandike.
Yaani wakati ule sisi Wakenya wengine tuko busy kushughulikia Watanganyika, kuna Wakenya tu fulani huko Kirinyaga walifind time yao vizuri, wakatenga wakati wao, wakaenda kanisani, waka break in.
Which brings me to Kenya, Mr. President. No country on the continent more embodies this spirit of innovation than Kenya. Kenya, as many here know, has Silicon Savannah, a $1 billion technology ecosystem confronting challenges that range from the climate crisis to financial inclusion to healthcare.
Kenya imeingia tena kwenye headlines za dunia, lakini safari hii sio kuhusu siasa pekee, bali pia jinsi watu wa nje wanavyowashangaa, kuwacheka na hata kuwashukuru. Wakenya sasa wamegeuza gumzo, kutoka Gen Z kujenga hospitali hadi kuuzia wazungu sufuria za ugali kama artifacts au vinyago. Leo nitakuonyesha kile wageni na ndugu zetu wa Afrika wanasema kuhusu Wakenya, na ukweli ni kwamba hakuna mtu anayebaki kimya pale jina la Kenya linapotajwa. Kwanza kabisa, kuna huyu jamaa aliyejitokeza waziwazi na kusema mtu yeyote akikutana na Mkenya lazima amshukuru kwa kile wanachofanyia dunia, akieleza vile Gen Z wa Kenya wameamua kujenga hospitali yao wenyewe, jambo ambalo limevunja rekodi za Afrika nzima. Kuna mtu hapa anaona hii ni kama hatua ndogo, lakini hii ni historia inayoandikwa na kizazi kipya.
Whenever you come across any Kenyan in your entire life, just use 1 minute of your time to say, thank you Kenyans for everything you are doing for the world. Because are you seeing this hospital right here? What? Kenyans are on it again. The youths are on it again, because this time around the youths are saying they are contributing. Like, they don't care if it's their last penny in your pockets, but they must build an ultra modern state-of-the-art hospital in their country, because they see their government keeps failing them over and over again, and Kenyans cannot fail Kenyans. So Kenyans will stand for Kenyans, with Kenyans, by Kenyans. Everything, they are out for themselves. If the government can't help them, they will help themselves. And the main aim of this hospital, guys, guess what? It's going to give free essential facilities to the needy. Do you know what that means? Free essential facility to the needy? This is, mind blowing. Big ups to every Kenyan right here. I appreciate you all so much. God, you all are amazing people. You are amazing people. Keep doing your thing. The good Lord is watching you all. Your ancestors keep blessing you all. After everything they just did for Kaluma Boy, just like a few days ago, all the money contributed, the expenditures that they had, the opportunities they gave Kaluma Boy, they are not ending there, and they said they will go further to much more Kenyans. What a time to be alive. You need to be proud to be a Kenyan. I love them. I so love them.
Halafu akaja huyu jamaa kutoka Nigeria akiwakumbusha Wakenya kitu kikubwa mno, kwamba huenda hawajui impact wanayoleta duniani. Anasema Gen Z wa Kenya wamesababisha vijana wa kila nchi kuamka na kupigania haki zao. Yaani Gen Z movement sasa imekuwa kauli mbiu ya dunia nzima. Hii ni heshima kubwa kwa taifa la Kenya, Kenya kuwa dira ya mapambano ya vijana.
I don't know if you Kenyans are aware of the impact that you guys are impacting the whole world. My Ugali people, you guys are making every youth around the whole world know that they could stand up and fight for their rights. Ever since you Ugali haters started the Gen Z movement, it has become like a famous slogan that every youth in the whole world now used to fight against their government. Look at the people of Nepal. They had to come out and shank you guys in Kenyans. You know, Some of you people don't know. Look at the distance between Nepal and Kenya. But Nepalese people say they got their freedom thanks to Kenyans. Now Moroccans have started Gen Z movement. Chad, Gen Z movement. England now, they have started their own Gen Z movement. Everywhere around the world, Gen Z movement. Kenyans, congratulations to you people for your impaction. I don't know why the sun is coming up and going back to description my handsome face. But congratulations to you guys for your impaction, that you guys are impactioning the whole world. At least, finally, once you guys are impactioning the whole world positively. I hope that this your participation attitude can continue, so me and you people could be peaceful and live as ones for one time in a blue moons. Because you guys are here trying to kill me, while the whole world is there trying to, you know, to worship you people. Let me put it like that. Because everybody in the whole world now is a Gen Z. Everybody now wants to stand up and fight for their right because of Kenya. So congratulations to my Ugali eaters for impactioning the whole world. One love.
Kisha kuna huyu content creator maarufu kutoka Nigeria akilalamika kwa utani kwamba amepata taarifa kuwa Gen Z wa Kenya wanajenga hospitali lakini hawajamuita. Hebu tucheke pamoja. Manake hii ni ishara gani hata wageni wanataka kuwa sehemu ya harakati za Kenya?
I just get the information right now. The information just got to my desk right now. The information I'm hearing now is that the Kenyan Gen Zs are building a hospital. The Kenyan Gen Zs are building a hospital and nobody informed me earlier. You people are building a hospital without my consent. Kenyan Gen Zs, you people are building a hospital without informing me. No problem. The information has finally gotten to my table. And because I'm a good Gen Z, because I'm a good person, I will have to send my contribution. Why you people are building the hospital? Because I cannot be here and you people are building a hospital without my consent, and I will not make any contribution to that hospital you are building. Alright? This is what is going to happen. For now that you people are building the hospital, Kenyan Gen Zs, I'm going to donate these beans. This 1 acre of beans. I will donate it to you people, so that you people will cook it for the Gen Zs that is working in the hospital. To make the hospital. You know, so that they will not get tired. And you people will cook the beans for them, so that we eat and their belly will be full. And I promise you, once the hospital is ready, I'm going to be donating sick people for you people. Like anybody that is sick, I will bring them to the hospital for you people to cure them. Because what Kenyans cannot do does not exist.
Na huyo mgeni mwingine alilia kwa kamera mbele ya serikali ya Kenya akiomba visa yake iongezwe ili aendelee kukaa Kenya. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu amezama kabisa kwenye maisha ya utamaduni wa Kenya, kama kula ugali, chapati, kugawana sahani moja na kucheza miondoko kama mapanga le. Mtu akiomba visa kwa sababu ya ugali na chapati, ujue Kenya ni kitu kingine kabisa.
Please, Kenyan government, Kasongo, please, I don't want to leave Kenya. Extend my visa, please. I want to keep eating ugali and chapati, drinking county, sharing one plate. I want to dance mapangale, matopare, pungulu. I want to spend time with the kids from the slums, and I want to shout every day, Mrembo unakaa fiti. Please, please, I want to stay in Kenya. Please extend my visa.
Halafu kwenye video nyingine, hii imenivunja mbavu kabisa. Mkenya mmoja ametrendi baada ya kumuuzia mzungu sufuria ya ugali kwa dola 2000, akimwambia ni artifact au kinyago cha kale na yeye ni archaeologist. Sasa jamani, hii ndio akili ya ubunifu wa Mkenya. Hata sufuria inaweza kugeuka mali ya thamani.
Wa Kenya. Kenyans, fellow Kenyans. So by the way, I was watching a certain video of a cutout of a certain guy, a certain Kenyan man, mwenye alikuwa anauzia mzungu sufuria, akimwambia it's an ancient, pardon my diction, an ancient artifact, and he is an archaeologist. So akaenda pameuzia msewa wenyewe sufuria for 259,000 wa Kenya. Bada niko na sufuria zangu sijaosha, zimekuwa zinalala kwa sink for a while. Niambie hizo tuweza zipiga bei aje? Cause there's no way on earth. There's no way on Aki wa Kenya. Oh my goodness. Hey, I applaud you. I applaud you. And the guy was so convinced. And I'm going, this is an ancient artifact. It was used to do what and what. And I'm like, bro, you can sell anything. Umelalia talent. Wachana na stories za streaming. Umelalia talent kabisa. Kuja utusaidie kuuza nchi yetu, tulipe madeni bana.
Umeona namna dunia inavyotazama Kenya. Wengine wanawashukuru, wengine wanatamani kuishi Kenya, na wengine wanacheka na ubunifu.
Hey Kenyans, man. Kenyans, you guys are very special. You're receiving a lot of massive recognition across the globe, and this includes from European countries and even other African countries as well. There's been a lot of prominence, especially how Kenyans are fluid in merging languages between Kiswahili and Kiingereza. Yani Kiswahili chenu ni chema tu tena sana. Mnatumia mifumbo, mnatumia methali, mnatumia simulizi. Yani Kiswahili chenu ni cha fasihi. Hata huwezi kicompare na kile Kiswahili cha TZ, cha Tanzania, you know. But, you know, shout out to our Tanzanian brothers. Lakini Kenyans, you guys, yani nyinyi ni wazuri tu tena sana. And then if you've been very keen, there's from the international media space and even from the influencers who are giving reactions, they're saying there's a certain population of Black Americans who are actually opting to settle in Kenya because of, you know, the Kenyan culture. It's friendly, climatic conditions as well, functional and running infrastructure, and then, you know, even the entertainment scene, the business economy is really fluid. You guys, Kenya is the next place to be. But then shout out to as well to a special demographic of Kenyan youth and Gen Zs. They are very clear on the who and the what. These guys are well educated. They know their rights. They've read the Constitution. They've read the Bible. They have a good life. They have things going on for themselves. You can never mess with them and go scot-free. They will get you down. Bravo, Kenyans, you guys have a special place in heaven, man. Yani Kenyans mnapendeza tu sana. Na mnapendwa tu sana ya.
Wa Kenya, hemu niambieni, nataka kuja kutembea kwenu. Sasa sitaki ni wasumbue, sitaki ni wagasigasi. 100,000 ya kwetu huku Tanzania, huko kwenu ni shingapi? Nataka kuja nayo niwe natumia. Si inatosha laki ya kwetu huku kwetu, si inatosha? 100,000. Yani 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 mpaka 100,000 huku kwetu Tanzania. Nikija nakaa siku ngapi na itumia siku ngapi? Hoteli gani nitalala ambayo iwe kubwa lakini iwe na nyota kuanzia nyota 5. Anyway, iwe nzuri. 100,000 napata hoteli gani yenye nyota 5 huko kwenu? Naambieni nifikie hapo. Sitaki niwasumbue nionekane sina hela. Alafu pia mnitafutie na mwanamke ambaye ni mkorofi. Tabia tutarekebishana. Kabila gani nitapata hapo mwanamke ambaye ni mkorofi, mtata. Nije nimrekebishe, nizae naye watoto, nichanganye damu ya huku kwetu na kwenu. Naambieni, wapi hapo nitapata mwanamke mtata? Sehemu gani? Kasarani au? Naitwa Steven Onyango. Nikija nimwambie mimi ni kabila gani la hapo kwenu ili nionekane kwamba ni mtu wa kwenu. Nafanana na kabila gani hapo kwenu? Ukiniangalia, angalia vizuri, acha kuniangalie. Kabila gani la hapo kwenu Kenya? Wananiita Steven Onyango. Natafuta mke Kenya, nakuja kesho kutwa tu. Uko wapi tuonane? Unaangalia hii video ukiwa wapi? Hemu niambie wewe ambaye uko Kenya. Nairobi.
So Kenya people, you guys say that Kenya is not expensive. What the fuck? Kenya is very expensive. How do you want me to believe that Kenya is not expensive? Kenya is very fucking expensive country in the whole Africa. In the whole Africa, because I haven't even experienced all this in my country. It is only Kenya. The first day I stepped my feet here, I noticed that it's very fucking expensive. Yeah, I found out it's very expensive, guys. Very, very.
The House is The House is suspended until the ringing of the bells.
Salasia Peter.
That is a spoiled vote. Spoiled.
Mumias West.
Order. 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 Order, members. Order. Honorable Salasia, you are treated as if you have not voted. Can you vote? No theatrics.
Mumias West. Johnson Naika. Murang'a County. Betty Maina Njeri.
Yes.
Mvita Machele Mohammed. Mwala Musioka Vincent.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Kabsa. Have you seen how the world is celebrating our president? Have you seen how he's being celebrated with everywhere, from every corner of the world, of the speech that he gave at the UN, the UNGA summit? We are so ungrateful. Kenyans, we are so complicated people. We have one of the best presidents that every world leader is admiring to have. But we are here busy insulting him, making noise, doing some stupid things that are not even making sense. Yet the world is celebrating our president. Everybody is celebrating President William Ruto because they have seen the potential in him. Imagine somebody comes from outside to see the potential in one of your own, but you yourself, you cannot see. You are busy insulting and talking all rubbish sorts of things. Shame on you, Kenyans. Shame on you. You don't deserve President Ruto. Very soon he's becoming Africans' leader. He will lead Africans. I told you on this channel, and I'm still repeating again, after Ruto is gone, I will see people on the streets crying and demonstrating that they want him back. I will see you. I will see you. May God open your eyes right now before he is gone. May God open your eyes before he is gone. Because when he goes, you will cry. This is the best president that Kenya ever wanted to have. Let us give him time. 2-term bila pressure. 2-term bila pressure. Mulima muona tayari ishagawanyika katikati. The mountain is divided in two. Another piece is coming. Moses Kuri anakuja na chama yake. Ndindi Nyoro pia nilisikia na register chama ingine yake. Sijui kama ako nayo ama already. Martha Karua ndio huyu ameweka ingine. So that is how the devil will bring confusion in your camp. And that is how your enemies will be confused. May you be confused, you people. May you be confused. God, may they be confused until...
We wanted to talk about potentially the most underrated country in Africa. Like, tell us about this country. The country is called Kenya, correct?
Yes.
What's your take on Kenya?
So I've been to Kenya twice, 2023 December, and then just last year for 3 months. And to my surprise, I really liked it. Actually, Kenya is super nice. So actually, people are really friendly. Everybody speaks English. It's one of the official languages there. Economy and the middle class is growing based on my observations. And most of the areas are safe to go around. I mean, they also lack some infrastructure. They have some problems around there, but I really liked it. You can enjoy the coast along Mombasa area, Diani, which is getting developed. There's also slightly higher Italian population there. And then you have Nairobi. So Mombasa is more touristy. And then you have Nairobi, which is more business oriented. And it's also getting developed a lot. So you see a lot of condo projects going up and everything. And then also a very young population in general. And one thing I liked about it is you can feel the hunger, people trying to start businesses, very enterprising. It's kind of good to see. You don't feel that in Europe anymore or in these countries. So Kenya for that was really good.
And we also talked about investing in Kenya and how that's like so new of a market there. And you were talking about the potential of buying real estate in Kenya. You're also looking to buy here in Paraguay, correct?
Correct.
Where would you rather buy? And I mean, what we would like to hear are, of course, prices, Would it make sense to buy, and how much does it cost, say, to buy a studio apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartments?
So, of course, it depends on how big you want your apartment to be. So, but let's say 1-bedroom studio normally would start, you're looking at maybe like 55 square meters around there. And the price is around, let's say, 50,000 euros or American dollars, depending on which project you go with. So, and then going all the way up because they tend to build them a little bit bigger in Kenya. You have more space there. So let's say if you buy a 2-bedroom or even 3-bedroom, you're looking at about, let's say, 100 square meters. So 1,000 square feet and up, even higher, like let's say 120 square meters. And then you're looking at maybe $90,000, $100,000 for those.
So you're saying about $1,000 to €1,000 per square meter? If it's a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment, then
or a little bit less, depending. And this is in the better parts of the city as well, and the rental yields are really good as well. So
you addressed the issue of overbuilding there, which is something that might happen here in Asunción, Paraguay as well. This has happened all over Southeast Asia, Manila, Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, you name it.
That's right.
Do you think that a place in Kenya would see the same issue with overbuilding? Because you also addressed how the people who have the purchasing power to afford these condominiums, right? They're mostly of foreign origin, right? So like naturally, if the country would decide to change its visa policy, making it harder for people to stay, I honestly don't know what the requirements are to obtain a visa there, like a long-term visa, a residence permit. I honestly don't know. We don't really cover it on the channel yet. We should. But what do you think? Because a lot of people are now talking about investing in Kenyan real estate. They are even promoting it on YouTube too. I'm saw it today. So what's your take on this? The whole overbuilding situation in Kenya, is it getting worse?
I think it's still a good time. I wouldn't say Kenya is overbuilt. I would say maybe some neighborhoods in Nairobi, for example, might be getting saturated. For example, the most popular area is Westlands. So this is like the central district area, also very walkable. I walked the whole thing in there. You have malls, restaurants, everything is basically within 10, 15 minutes. Normally it's also an Uber culture like here, but over there, this is the most, let's say, walkable area around there. And now you see a lot of condo projects and apartment buildings being put up, mostly by, I would say, Chinese, Turkish, and some Kenyan developers. So you also have to watch out for the quality because a lot of it is kind of mediocre quality. So you do pay more for higher quality, let's say. But if you stay out of, let's say, the exclusive areas such as Westlands, you can still buy there because another factor is that UN is moving its headquarters to Nairobi. So that's also going to create more jobs and more expats coming in, let's say, to temporarily live there or whatever, which is good for short-term rentals or even medium to long-term rentals. But there's other neighborhoods like Kileleshwa, Kilimani, and all these other ones which are not saturated yet. And I think once that gets full, they'll spill over into these neighborhoods. Then if you go to a place like Mombasa, for example, Mombasa is more of a tourist destination. So you go there to enjoy the sun, weather, and everything. So some places are getting also more expensive already. If you go for the higher end projects, then yeah, you're looking at, let's say, even to $200,000 basically for some condos right on the beach. Very exclusive, very nice, of course. Those are nice, but you can also find some bargains if you search for that. But Mombasa, like I said, the pluses are there. The beach is really nice, but you want to go more south towards Diani. Mombasa is it's becoming a little bit of a business center. So if you want pure kind of beach, you go to Diani, which is basically about, I would say, half an hour drive from Mombasa and going south towards Tanzanian border. And over there, I think, yeah, it's also, so if you know where to buy, then it's still a good place to buy because you'll get those tourists coming from Nairobi and anybody who's seeking the beach. Another plus, I would say, for Kenya would be in Nairobi, the weather, because it's situated slightly higher. You're always getting around 19 to 27 degrees, never gets super hot.
Yeah.
So
that indicates high elevation, doesn't it? Because it's so close to the equator, it should be hotter.
It is, yeah. It is so close to it runs through Kenya, yeah, equator. So.
Okay. Interesting. Now, you talked about there are more expats in Kenya than before. Obviously, it's growing. The companies that are doing business there are mostly of Turkish and Chinese origins. You said
For the
that.
real estate, yep.
Okay. How does that affect real estate quality?
So if you go look at the showrooms or even the finished apartments that are for sale, so compared to, let's say, European standards or even North American standards, you can see the quality is mediocre, let's say, for the most part. So you will have to use your judgment and shop around a lot to make sure that you're getting what you want, because, you know, you may be buying a new condo, but if you have to renovate after 5 to 10 years because of quality, you know, is also, you have to factor that in. And Turkish developers are about similar to Chinese, let's say, in terms of quality. So about medium.
All right. That's good to know. It's a good piece of information there. Now, who really moves to Kenya? You know, what kind of expats are moving there and why are they relocating to Kenya? Is it for like tax purposes? I personally don't think so.
No, probably not for tax.
Because it's not as good as it is here in Paraguay or say Panama or even a lot of places in Europe too. They have much lower taxes than a place like Kenya does, right? So what's the main attraction there? What do you see?
So like I said, main attraction would be, let's say, even if you start, let's say, businesses, because there's a lot of things that are lacking. So anytime you have a problem, you can find a solution. There's a business idea. So there's a lot of that because they have huge infrastructure problems, such as roads, and this and that. And yeah, there's some things that are lacking. So from business point of view, I think it's a good place to do business. And it's going to become, I think, the central hub for all of East Africa. It's going to be one of the major cities or countries even for Africa in general. And the middle class is growing, so they'll have more spending power as well, which is good for business likewise. And another place, they're using that also for IT, because there's a lot of young graduates and they're highly skilled and they're relatively cheap. So IT companies are also moving there.
So you think the people who are moving there are mostly young entrepreneurs working in the tech sector? Is that a fair assumption?
Even for, let's say, lifestyle choices, I see a lot of people moving there just because of the lifestyle. It's very easygoing. Kenyans are very friendly. It's, like I said, relatively safe. Everybody speaks English. So, like I said, you'll still feel kind of, it's majority black population. They have different tribes within, but it's not really an issue there. So I don't experience any racism or anything of that sort. So it's kind of easy.
Which leads me to the next question, because you're white, obviously, right? The proof is in the pudding, right?
Yes.
What do you think about, like, here, you know, you blend in, you know, that's not like, you don't stand out a lot here. I mean, yes, I think a little bit too, but what's it like being white in Kenya? Is there a risk there in terms of personal safety? Do you feel just like at home in Canada? Do you feel like in Paraguay?
Okay, so you will definitely stand out. It's still a minority there. I mean, there are some expat communities around there, but I think actually it might work to your advantage. They kind of look at white people as, I don't know, but you'll get preferential treatment in some cases. So, and people are very friendly, man. I never experienced any form of violence or been threatened with anything. So I didn't know what to expect when I came there. First, you know, you're on the street, the only white person there. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? I don't know. How are things, you know, because that was my first time in Africa. And I was like, yeah, it was just fine. Everything was nice.
A ballsy move to go there alone.
Correct.
For the first time. Well, good. Any final tips you want to pass on to our audience before traveling to Kenya? Any things to consider related to health, like vaccines?
I don't think there is any vaccine requirements for entry unless you go to maybe some deeper parts of Masai Mara, let's say, or closer to the Tanzanian border. But otherwise, I don't think you need any vaccinations. And the visa policy has changed as of last January. Before, as a tourist or visitor, you would get 30 days. But as of January of, I think it was last year, they changed it to, or no, sorry, this year, they changed it to 90 days. So now you have 90 days in Kenya, basically, to spend. And in terms of residency, there is a residency through a real estate buy as well. Another thing I point out is if you open a bank account there, another advantage is
I'm going to give you my 3 reasons why I feel like Kenya is the perfect country for African Americans. Reason number 1 is you experience no culture shock. Like, since I've been here, and I've been here over a month now, I have not experienced culture shock. I feel like, especially in Nairobi, everybody's up on everything. All the trends, all the slang. Like, I can say stuff, and it's just like I'm at home. They just understand me. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm Gucci or whatever. And they're like, yeah, yeah. Or people have told me, yeah, I'm Gucci. And I'm like, really? And I mean, really, they're really up on everything. Like from like early 90s R&B to like obscure early 2000 rappers like Jibbs. I don't even know if people even remember like Jibbs, the guy who made Chain Hang Low song. So you're gonna feel right at home. It's like you're just like in another city in America. It's like they transported a part of America and installed it in Kenya. And I feel like that's like not just American culture, like UK culture. Like Kenyans are very, very worldly. I could say that. They know a lot about the world. Number 2 is everybody speaks English. And that's huge because I used to live in Tanzania and there were a lot of people, you would run into a lot of people who didn't speak English and you needed to use Swahili. But here, I have never ran into anybody that didn't speak English. Everybody, from security guards to the help, everybody speaks English. So you don't really have to worry about learning Swahili. I mean, you should learn Swahili. Swahili is a dope language. I recommend you learn it. But it's not necessary to learn Swahili or another language to live in Kenya, especially Nairobi. And number 3, and this is a big one, Kenya is affordable. Kenya is very, very affordable compared to other African countries I've been to. Like if you're trying to get like a super modern apartment, you can spend like a couple thousands of dollars. Like just like a basic modern apartment, you could spend a couple $1,000s. Like one of my apartments, which is, it's not bad, it's not like super, super expensive, but like one of my apartments in Tanzania for a 3-bedroom was like $1,000. But that was back during the pandemic, so it's probably more now. But in Kenya, you can get reasonably priced places, especially like if you don't want to stay like in the center of town, like you want to get away from CBD, Westlands, and like Kilimani. Like there's people who's like renting places and their places look like super nice. Like $300, $400 a month. And like crazy. I'm talking about this is a place that has a pool, a gym. Yeah, it's like just like parking, just modern, newly built. And for $300 or $400 a month for like a 2-bedroom, like you can't beat that. Like you can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah. By the way, for those people that complain about Kenya, Kenya is this, hatuna infrastructure, our politicians are corrupt. You know what? Just take a 1-hour flight. Go to our neighboring countries. You will appreciate Kenya. Yeah. I'm telling you, we are a superpower. I was in a recent East African country. I spent 8 hours in traffic. Standstill traffic. Have you ever had that?
That's insane.
And that country, they're very, how do I say, politically motivated. They're very pride. They're like, we can pass Kenya in the next 2 to 3 years. Unless a war happens in Kenya, sidhani that will happen.
And that's very unlikely.
But say, just take any East African community on that expressway and then send them across.
Yeah.
So what I will tell Kenyans is we can complain as much as we want. Just go to and visit our neighboring country.
What's the difference between Kenya and Nigeria? Well, firstly, Kenya ni baridi sana, lakini Nigeria ni joto sana. And then in Nigeria, they say no wahala. In Kenya, they say hakuna matata. And then in terms of the food, everything in Nigeria seems to be spicy. You have everything pepper soup, like chicken pepper soup, beef pepper soup, goat meat pepper soup, everything. But in Kenya, they tend to eat without spice. And then in Kenya, they call me Nzungu ama Chincho. Lakini in Nigeria, they say Oyibu.
Here in Kenya, in Nairobi, Kenya, I was just sitting out here and I was looking at this building behind me, right? And I was thinking about, how they build here in Kenya or Africa. Well, I can only speak on Kenya because this is the first country that I've been to in the motherland. The difference between how they build. Like, these people are doing this with their hands. There's no cranes over here. There's no type of machinery. Like, it's with their hands. And then I thought about, America and how we built in America. And we have all types of different machinery to help us build there. That'll make you think, you know, that really would make you think about, you know, why they have so many different types of beliefs in how Americans are and how Kenyans are. Or Africans. They work hard. And I've been to a few other countries, one in particular, Indonesia. They work with their hands a lot too. But it just make you think. It just really, really make you think. Like this very, very building that I live in, it was built with their bare hands. Like, and you be thinking like, how in the heck? Like, think about the stairs. Like, to bring supplies up these. I mean, look how long it is. Like, look, this building is gonna be taller than the one that I'm in right now. You can hear someone over there working right now, and it's Saturday. That just makes you think, you know? It just makes you think, you know, how sometimes that, you know, when Africans come to America, the different things that they may say about Americans, and then the Americans say what we say, you know, we built America or whatever, you know, with our hands. Just think about that. Like, they did that back in the day in America, right? And still here in Kenya, they're still building with their hands. And I'm pretty sure that I may be wrong. I may be wrong about what I'm seeing with my own eyes. I mean, maybe there's some type of machinery, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any type of machinery over there. I haven't. And they start at 9 every Grand Rising. They start at 9 and they go until like 5. I haven't seen any machinery over there, and I've been here for a while. And it just made me think. It just make you think how they did it in America for years, centuries ago, decades ago. They did it there, and they're still doing it here in Africa. Like, it's just mind blowing. So, if I'm wrong, someone let me know that I'm wrong. I'm sure I get different type of comments. I only respond to positivity. I don't respond to any negativity at all. I don't even talk about negative stuff. You will never see me put anything negative out. And I've never experienced anything negative here in Kenya besides in the comments. But if I'm wrong, let me know, because I haven't seen it, you know? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any type of machinery over here. I haven't drove past or walked past a building and seen any type of machinery. Everything has been done with their hands, like carrying the supplies upstairs, or just constantly just working with their hands. And I know that it's different in America. So, let me know, Kenyans, Americans, let me know. Just positivity, that's all I'm gonna give out. But you guys, and it's Sunday, it's not Saturday. Just let me know what y'all think. Like, it just made me think like how they did it in America centuries ago, decades ago, and oh my, so many years ago.
Yeah, welcome to Kenya. Kenya is a good place to be. Yeah, welcome to Kenya. Feel love, feel good. Accept yourself, you know. You see? Yeah. Huku hivi ni sisi ni majenzi ndio kusema huku Kenya saizi. Hakuna viongozi wengine kama sio majenzi. Majenzi tu ndio viongozi wenye wako Kenya. Hiyo ndio nafaa kujua hivyo. Yeah. Hapa Kenya ama ni uongo. Si ni kweli? Hapa Kenya si ni majenzi ndio wanaongoza kila kitu. Yeah.